I think it's safe to say that every Canadian hockey fan at some point in the season loses their minds. And it's usually like a roller coaster. There's good moments, then bad moments, then good moments, and then bad again. And I think this goes for every Canadian team, especially the Oilers and the Leafs. But in this video, we're talking about the Oilers, because I can honestly say I've never seen anything quite like this. At the beginning of the season, the Edmonton Oilers were pegged by many experts and analysts to be Cup favorites. It was a decent offseason. No crazy big names left the team besides a few glue guys. They got Connor Brown and they were able to re-sign Bouchard. But then the season started.
Jack Campbell made the initial save, but the Canucks score. Here's Pedersen, and that puck trickles into the net. Brock Besser, hat trick, 4-6. The attack again is Sam Lafferty coming in with speed. A pass over to Joshua, and he scores.
The Oilers got embarrassed by the Canucks, not once but twice, completely forgot how to play defense, not that they really knew how before, but this was even worse. They couldn't score a goal to save their lives, and they lost to the worst team in the entire NHL. Yeah, the Edmonton Oilers lost 3-2 to the San Jose Sharks.
Tonight, in front of what looked like maybe 9,000 fans at the SAP Center in San Jose, California, the Edmonton Oilers became the worst team in the National Hockey League. They were beaten by a team that barely scores a goal a game. They were beaten by a team that just once this season, in 12 tries, managed to get 3 goals in a game. The Oilers gave them 3 goals tonight.
And in the previous games before the Oilers played the Sharks let in 20 goals in 2 games. I think it was the Pittsburgh Penguins scored 10 goals on them, and then the Canucks scored 10 goals on them. And then the Oilers play them, and the San Jose Sharks beat the Oilers 3-2. And that was the final straw. Unfortunately, it led to 2 good men losing their jobs. Jack Campbell got sent down to the minors. Literally anything that could have went wrong. But then, November 12th, 2023. On this date, you can honestly say the Edmonton Oilers started playing hockey again. And I mean legit hockey. A team that has only ever been known for scoring goals has been one of the best defensive teams in the last 2 months. They're currently on a 16-game winning streak, and in the last 14 games, the Oilers haven't let the opposition score more than 2 goals in a game. Ryan McLeod and Warren Foegele have been more than holding their own in this winning streak. The big 3 on defense have been lights out, and I mean lights out. Analytically, Bouchard and Ekholm have been the best defensive pairing in the whole NHL for the last month and a bit. You could say goaltending has been the biggest difference maker, as Stuart Skinner and Calvin Pickard have actually been so exceptional in net. And a lot of that is because the team in front of him has gotten way better, and it's so true, and I said it earlier in the season. You know, Stuart Skinner, he's a pretty good goalie, and whether it was Jack Campbell or Calvin Pickard, the Oilers' goaltending was only going to be as good as the team was in front of them. And I watched, it was Hockey Day in Canada. This was like a week back now. Connor Hellebuck, he got the first star of the game, and they asked him, like, you know, you look so good. You've been so good all season long. Like, what do you credit this to? The first thing he says is, you know, my team in front of me. And, you know, the Winnipeg Jets, they're an absolute juggernaut team defensively. And he said, he's like, it's, you know, I haven't had to make really good saves. I've just kind of, you know, the team's been playing so good in front of me that I've just kind of been okay. But the team, he credits the whole team in front of him being okay, or just amazing in front of him. And that kind of holds the same here with Stuart Skinner. You just look at it's just crazy how bad the Oilers were at the start of the season. And all their defensive, you know, all the goals that they let in, they were leading the league in odd man rushes and just rush goals. Like the team, the first game I saw at the beginning of the season was against Dallas, and they were looking okay. And then, you know, Rupe Hintz comes and, you know, it's an odd man rush goal. And they just, for whatever reason, they didn't know how to stop. They did, like, the defense didn't know how to take a guy. They didn't know how to lift a stick. And I guess that's like been the biggest change. And So yes, Stuart Skinner, Calvin Pickard, they've been exceptional. They really have, but a lot of that is just the whole team in front of him playing way, way better. And, you know, like I said with Connor Hellebuck, Stuart Skinner said the exact same thing. He's like, the team's playing way, way better. I haven't really had to make any crazy saves. I've been just okay in net, and that's all credit to the team in front of me, is what he said. Comparing this year to last year, in this 16-game winning streak, the Oilers have played a great 200-foot game. They've got contributions from everyone, and they haven't had to rely on the power play. All those three things, that was like just completely different from last year. Playing a 200-foot game, they did not know how to do that last year. They were constantly having to outscore their mistakes, so that's totally changed this year. They are playing that 200-foot game. Like I said, they're in the last 2 months, they're right up there with Winnipeg as one of the best defensive teams in the whole NHL. They're getting contributions from everyone. Last year, Connor and Leon, that's primarily what it was. A little bit of Nuge and a little bit of Hyman, but it was primarily Connor and Leon. This year, you've got Ryan McLeod, who's kind of starting to find his own game. Warren Fogle, who's been, you know, it's nice to see what he's been able to chip in. Sam Gagner, he's had a few. Derek Ryan, he's had a few. Evan Bouchard, right? And you're getting scoring, and it's not just from the big two guys, Connor and Leon. And lastly, they haven't had to rely on their power play. Their power play's kind of been meh. It's been mid compared to what, you know, us Oilers fans were so used to seeing last year. Comparing it to this year, I'm surprised the numbers are good as they actually are, because it's they look it's not fun to watch their power play this year, and that's a good thing. The one thing that goes away in the playoffs is the frickin' whistles and the calls. You're not going to be getting the calls, so the Oilers need to find, and they have found ways to score 5-on-5. They were never going to go far in the playoffs just relying on scoring goals on the power play. So all those three things have changed significantly from last year, and if you're an Oilers fan, that's got to be music to your ears. It's just crazy what has all changed. I haven't even brought up how amazing of a season Zach Hyman is putting together. The Oilers lucked out again with landing another agitator in Corey Perry on the team. So just going back to the title of this video, it's crazy just how much this season has changed. It's one of those things where it really doesn't make any sense. I don't get it. You know, I get Jay Woodcroft out and Manson out. You get a few new guys, and that's the change. Like, there's only so much a coach can do. Like, it just blows my mind. That's why I feel bad for Jay Woodcroft right now, because he's probably like, I knew this. I was telling the guys all year they could do this, and they just didn't, you know. So you gotta feel for Jay Woodcroft. Like, that sucks. Like, he's got to be watching the games, especially on the 16-game heater. Like, where was this? Why couldn't you have done this with me? Why couldn't you have done this with me? But like I said at the beginning of the video, that's just the joys of being a fan of a Canadian hockey team. If you're an Oilers fan, you have to be thrilled with their play as of late. They may not be scoring at the rate they were last year, but if you want to win a cup, I'd take the team that plays a full 200-foot game instead of a team that is constantly outscoring their mistakes. The Oilers led in every game last year against the eventual cup champs, the Vegas Golden Knights. But they couldn't keep the lead. This Oilers team can keep a lead. And if you're going into the playoffs with an Oilers team that knows how to play defense, other teams better watch out, because we all know what these two can do in the playoffs. Right on. So that concludes this video, guys. The last one I did, you guys are absolutely crushing it. I don't even know. It's honestly, keep it coming. I love to see it. Yeah, the last video I did, I got like 20,000 views, so that was sick. You guys can keep liking, or nope, sorry, that's what we don't like here. Don't leave a like on this channel. Let's get 0 likes, thank you. Yeah, no, but the support has been dope, so keep crushing it, guys. It's insane. What are your thoughts? What do you credit this 16-game winning streak to? Drop a comment down below as I read every single one. What would you like to see with Corey Perry signing? Where would you like to see him in the lineup? Did you like what he brought with Clowder and Holloway? Drop a comment down below. And yeah, do you think this team is better than, you know, the last year's team? Do you think they can go further in the playoffs? When will they lose next? There's so many questions to be asked and no answers. So drop a comment, guys. I really appreciate it. Like I said, you guys are absolutely crushing it. So I can't tell you how much nicer it is to upload to people that are watching videos, right? Watching my videos, right? So it's nice to see. Keep doing what you're doing. It makes me so happy. And yeah, I really appreciate the support. So take her easy. That's all I got. Do not leave a like in this video. I will see you in the next one. And don't be average when you can be above average. Peace.